Hi guys, welcome to the channel. And if this is your first time here, welcome to the Lavish family. Today is a very special video because we're starting this video engaged. And we're just trying to share like this entire experience, our reaction, the secrets we are keeping, the lies we told each other, and yeah, just wanted to carry you guys along on this very happy moment.
Yeah. Guys, so I mean, like, I don't even know where to start from, but yeah, I met Jennifer like almost 5 years ago. Like, now it feels like a long time ago, but honestly, like, it's been a roller coaster of lovely memories. Yeah, we've had like challenges as well. We've had difficult times where, you know, like we've really had to stand together to get through those times. But I look at it now and it just feels like that's the beauty of it, because like in those moments we got to really know each other better, and I always knew that she was the one for me, to be honest. Like, it's just been a thing of like situations, like, you know, having to like it took us a while to get stable. Like, we met, we decided we wanted to like sort of move, you know, to a different country, and that had to come with a lot of settling down and stuff. So all those things have sort of culminated like in a long time and all
and
that.
even when we're in Nigeria, like our working schedule was so different. We worked at different states for a while. We also worked on different vessels. We worked offshore for a long while as well. So yeah.
So there was a bit of like a long distance thing going on, like for most parts of the relationship. So in terms of like, you know, the period out of the 5 years where we've actually like spent time together, like it's been, let's call it like maybe
A year plus.
A year plus.
Yeah.
Just in context, how we met. Yeah, Jennifer always tells that part, so let me leave it to her anyway, and then I'll chip in.
Okay, so he likes to play the fact that he was such a professional, but I beg to differ. So we did work in the same hospital for like a year, and we barely noticed each other. And on one of those occasions, we're both doctors, in case those of our viewers you don't know. So on one of that occasion, a relative of his was my patient, and he had to come review the person just to make sure the person was in good hands and all of that. And during that time, we got to see each other, and I was trying to explain to him that I was leaving the department the next day, but for some reason he didn't quite get it, so he kept asking for my number so he could keep track. Honestly, he was being professional. He was trying to keep track of the patients. So I was like, okay, sure, but I would still hand you over to another doctor because I'm moving up and I'm moving to a different department. So he said, okay, no problem. So when he tried to message me to find out about the patient, he got to see on my status that I was not even in the States. I had taken like a mini vacation. We just casually kept talking to each other, nothing major, replied to each other's WhatsApp status, until one very day I remember I was trying contacts just for the fun of it. So I had the contacts in, and then he told me how nice it looked. So ladies, that's a tip, wear contacts. And then that particular night we spent the entire night talking on the phone up until the morning, and he asked me out on the dates for the same day. And he planned such a perfect date. Like, on the first date he came with a gift, perfume. He came with like, he noticed that I was into fitness at the time. Like, I'm still into fitness, but not as much as then. So he got me like this fitness watch for me to track my goals and everything. And I thought about how thoughtful that was. The date was so perfect. Like, we spent the entire night together, and then we're supposed to go our separate ways that night, but we couldn't leave each other. So we technically spent 48 hours together, and we knew we wanted to be together.
Since then, we've been inseparable, you know, 5 years like running. So yeah, I mean, like, I'd say I'm a dreamer, you know, like, I love fantasies a lot. Grew up like, you know, dreaming, knowing exactly the kind of love I wanted, kind of person I wanted to be with and stuff. And to be honest, getting to know Jennifer, even during like those early days, like, I just knew like she was the one. It wasn't a thing of I had to leave it out to know. I just knew. So I was convinced, I had made up my mind, I just had to go for it. And you know, that's how it's just been. In fact, like our first 2 weeks, we were on dates like virtually almost every day. You know, it's a tradition we've continued doing, you know, trying to just, in fact, we do everything together. Like, there's always that bit around just bonding, you know, getting to know each other. And we achieve that both when we're in the house and when we go on dates and stuff. And
when we're on holiday.
yeah, the good bit is when we're on holiday as well. And the thing is, we actually have like similar things we like, and the bits where we sort of like differ on in terms of opinions or hobbies, like we've been able to incorporate each other's sort of like thing.
So when it comes to marriage, something we've always known we wanted to do, and we wanted to do that with each other, because already we started a life together. Whether or not there was a ring, it was a perfect life and we were really enjoying it, but we just wanted to make it official because we truly wanted to spend every day waking up beside each other. And when we found out that we're a bit more stable, now we're in the UK, we decided to actually take the next step. We started talking more in depth about wedding, talking about it with our parents as well, like trying to make like superficial plans pending when everything is in place. We've gone ring shopping, and that was the most exciting time for me. We recorded some parts of that bit which we'll be showing you guys as well. We're looking at engagement rings. Special for us to look at some. It's so amazing.
So I'm even happy for the ring.
Of course you are. Look at me, guys.
Try that one like that.
How did I?
It's just a symbol to try on his own ring.
Felt nice having a ring. Not all you ladies wear rings. The ring looks nice on my finger. Yeah, not all you ladies wear rings, like, so I don't know why there's always that whole, you know.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
Doesn't it? It's a trend.
Yeah, I want to take it to him. I really.
Oh my gosh, it looks so gorgeous.
So I've just got to practice kneeling now.
Yes.
And he hates
I
kneeling.
don't like kneeling now, but.
So much responsibility.
Not with them specifically.
We just finished looking at rings, and I just found one that I didn't even think I would like.
Honestly, I did my research. I was thinking she was going to like the ones that I'd come up with. She just went for
A
a
completely
totally different one,
one.
but it's quite cute, like, so yeah.
Tom, she sent me.
Another day of ring shopping.
But it's fun though. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. We're
We
seeing
came to
different ideas.
this jeweler. They have nice options here.
Yeah. And today we're sort of seeing Jennifer is now knowing the sort of rings she likes.
like, yeah.
and I also like them as well. So I think we're getting close to that point where we could agree on what would work. I can't wait. Okay. Well, anything between a 0.5. Just I want something that sort of like stands out like on my finger. So I know it's still boys to keep it simple.
That's like a princess cut.
Bring it on closer, let me see.
That one's really nice.
Yeah. Huh? I like the sparkle too.
Good.
So this is a princess cut?
Yeah.
And you never give princess a chance. Now you're lucky.
When we went ring shopping, it was so wonderful because I thought I liked this a different kind of ring, but during the experience, I found out that I liked like round engagement rings, which was a thrilling experience. And I found out that Precious truly loves wearing rings. He has never worn one, but he was so happy about the idea of having to wear an a wedding ring actually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The ring shopping bit was, I mean, like an awesome experience because I got to learn new things about Jennifer, right? So, like she said, we had been planning marriage like for some time, like just having like talks around it, and yeah, we knew well, I knew she also knew that, I mean, like, we were ready because we noticed that we had gotten stable, like, for the first time, like, in a long while, like, because there was really no distance anymore. Like, we had moved in together, had the house and everything. So that was good. Like, occupation wise, like, we were doing great and all. So yeah, I had to get a ring. That was the first thing, and then I had to sort of, like, come up with, like, an engagement plan. So that was the second thing. So the ring bits, we then started discussing, went ring shopping. Now, before we went ring shopping, Jennifer said she liked, like, a cushion shaped ring, right? So I had sort of, like, contacted or done my research, like, with some jewelers, Tiffany's, like some of the popular jewelers and stuff. And I had just sort of, like, thought it was going to be the cushion one. So when we went ring testing, right, the whole idea was for her to sort of, like, get exposed to, like, everything, but then they would then bring out, like, the cushion one for her to sort of, like, just finalize, and then yeah, I would then make payment and stuff. We got there. Then if I saw the cushion, she didn't even recognize the cushion ring at all. I was like, problem. Meaning I had to start doing more research about other things. It was a round shape she then liked. So there was that bit around, okay, let's go get to know, like, how many carats to sort of, like, fit around, like, your ring finger, and then, like, what sort of band you would want before I'll then go into sort of, like, the other details, like the clarity and the color and things like that. We always knew it was going to be anyway, like, a platinum band, so that was given. Yeah, so finally, like, when I realized that, yeah, it was the round one she wanted, we were able to sort of settle on, like, what was perfect for her. Her ring size was a bit confusing as well, because with different jewelers, like, we're getting different sizes. From some shops said she was an S, some said she was like an R, so it was a bit confusing for me. So when I then made the order for the ring, I sort of went with a size R eventually. The difficulties we then had was Jennifer's passport, right? Because I knew after ordering the ring, we were supposed to get engaged, like, almost immediately. So there was, like, a time frame in between. But then we applied for Jennifer's passport, and the appointment date was, like, moved to a very long time, which was not good for us at all. So that sort of then limited our options, because she had less than, just call it six. She had about 5 months left on her passport, and then so that means whatever I had to plan had to be within, like, sort of the 4-month range for her passport. So I then had to plan my engagement, because we always wanted to do an engagement outside the UK. So I had to look for countries that sort of we could go to with about 3 months each left on her passport and stuff. And man, that's tough. There are some countries which was good, but that was how I came down to 2 options, which was the Maldives and Mauritius. Like, in terms of things we always wanted, because we wanted, like, a beach, kind of, like, proposal, like, with the views and everything. So they were both on the Indian Ocean and all. But in terms of, like, what we sort of settled for, in discussions, like, we had, I noticed she had put Mauritius, like, as one of the destinations, like, she always liked, like, for honeymoon anyway. So I was like, okay, fine. So this should also, like, be, like, something that she would like. And then I started making my contacts, getting a photographer, speaking with, like, the 5-star hotel resort brands, like, in Mauritius. And yeah, that was how the plan sort of came together. So the hard part, hiding the engagement plan from Jennifer, hardest thing I've had to do my whole life. We discussed everything, we planned everything and all, but this one was quite different, because yeah, I had to sort of keep a lot of things away from her, because after we had gone for the ring testing and all, like, yeah, I eventually put in an order for the ring. She wasn't supposed to know when the ring had arrived and all that, so I had to keep managing, like, my contacts. We both have access to each other's phones, so it was quite difficult having to be a bit shady with hiding, like, my emails and stuff like that. Good enough, I did a good job in that bit. Then the other bit was booking the trips. Now, usually when we book trips, we discuss, we plan everything together, the itinerary, and then when it comes to also, like, funding the trips as well, we also contribute towards the trip, despite the fact that at different times, like, we sort of treat each other. So, but this was a trip we always wanted to do, so I think it sort of probably got a bit questionable when I was like, no. I had everything figured out, the planning and all. For different hotel brands, like we have like memberships with them, right? So the funny bit now was I had settled on the resort that had what the decorations and things I wanted to do was the Le Méridien Ile Maurice, which is in Mauritius and it's a Marriott brand, right? Now Jennifer has the membership for Marriott, so it then became a bit like questionable when I said I was booking the hotel for the Marriott, like sort of.
I remember when it clicked, and then I messaged him. He was like, "Walk outside, wait, babe. Well, why did you have to book the hotel? Because I'm the one that books for Marriott, and we have points there." Then he was like, "Oh, he skipped his mind."
I didn't know what to say, man, because I had direct communication with Marriott, and we had emails and stuff. I wanted them to put things in place in a special kind of way. So going through her, that would have exposed the plan. So I spoke with the hotel, told them the dates I wanted to arrive, but then there was a problem. What was the issue? The ring was supposed to come in from the US, and things with custom and all that. So there were delays. Now Jennifer was then asking, like, what's happening? Are we doing this trip? Like, everything was in place and stuff. I didn't really know what to tell her. I just, had to come up with like an excuse about how, yes, everything is in place. We're going to get it done. It's just like, let's just sort out a few more things and all that. It was quite drama for me because I had a lot to deal with, but good bits. Funny enough, this ring came just two days to the proposed travel. So I then had to contact the hotel, finalize plans, did the booking, paid, because I had to pay for different things. I went on Instagram, got 2 professional photographers, a videographer, for the proposal, and had to finalize with them, told them we were still working with the dates, and then finalized with the hotel decorations, got someone to decorate in addition to the dinner I had planned with the resort as well, and that was when I knew this thing probably was going to happen, so that was fine. So this was the plan. The plan was we're going to have a beach proposal, right? The decorations were supposed to be close. There's a jetty at the Le Méridien Ile Maurice in Mauritius, so the proposal setup was supposed to be close to the jetty with all them flowers, will you marry me sign, and then after the proposal we were then supposed to go to the jetty to have a romantic dinner. That was the plan. So the photographers were supposed to come just before we walked out for the supposed dinner and then take us pictures, videos and stuff and all. So that was the plan, but the issue was how to make Jennifer not to know that it was going to happen, because it was supposed to be a surprise.
Because I felt like maybe this trip was the special trip, but he did a good job steering me off it, because we've been here for 2 days before the actual proposal day, and it was just fun. And even on the actual day, it was just like a chill day. We woke up in the morning, took nice pictures, we went and did water activities, we went to the pool area, we danced. We've been obsessed over dance challenges. We were doing all of that, so my mind didn't go there. The only time that was a bit weird was when we were walking by to our room. I saw them setting up stuff, and I saw the will you marry me, so I was like, oh, because the night before we had seen people getting married, so I was like, oh, that's nice, they're so romantic here. And then he was not like, oh babe, look at that, and people here are so romantic, someone wants to propose. And so I was like, oh, it's definitely not him then. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. We got to the room. We're supposed to go to a beach club, and then he was like, were we ever going to that beach club?
Nah.
Okay. He was not like, oh yeah, baby, instead of the beach club, I planned a dinner. I know you came with dinner outfits and stuff. Let's go for dinner instead. I was like, okay. So yeah, that was the first time ever that I now felt like maybe it's happening tonight. I got nervous, I was hyperventilating, but I didn't want him to know, because my son is trying to surprise you as well. You don't want to we've known each other for a very, very long time, but at the same time too, you don't want to seem like you're pushing it or something like that. So I was just trying my best to breathe. And then I was like, baby, can you please pour some tequila for me? Which he did, but at that time I was dying. So I can just imagine how he was feeling, because it must have taken a lot to plan this without me knowing, and to think that he would have had to be on his phone all the time. it was just something.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you know, the memory is now flowing back in. Like, it was an amazing experience, like, for me, because I'm used to dealing with pressures, yeah, based on my profession. Like, usually, you know, I'm not someone that would say I get too emotional, of course, aside when I'm with my fiance, you know. So, like, yeah, so it was, you know, the whole process. First of all, the ring shopping was so emotional for me. Like, you know, like, that was that. And then the proposal itself, planning with the people I was planning with on the ground, like the team, the managers and stuff, the photographer, they could feel the fact that, you know, I was being so emotional about it. Like, I really wanted everything to play out perfectly. And also, on the day we're supposed to have a perfect dinner, I really wanted everything to just play out perfectly and all. But the moment, like, where 5 minutes to time, because I didn't want Jennifer's family or sisters or even my peeps, like my family members, to know about it. So 5 minutes to when we're supposed to walk out for the proposal, that was when I then called Jennifer's dad to inform him needed his blessings to go ahead with the proposal. He said I had his blessings, like that's right from time, like the family, both my family, his family, like they were just waiting for us to just go ahead because more or less, like, you know, they were fine with us and stuff like that. So that was that, and then I had to come get Jennifer. For some reason, I was just sweating. I don't really understand like why I usually don't sweat much.
To make matters worse, do you remember when my dress got wet from my hair?
I had to get an iron. I was thinking of ironing, like, because I wanted her to look
He was
perfect.
using the hot iron to iron the dress
down.
while on my dress, on my back.
Yeah, it was such an amazing experience. Like, even when, you know, we got to the proposal point, like I had knelt down when I knew she then knew what was happening and stuff, knelt down and then had to, you know, talk to her. Like, I mean, like, even the words and all, they were so, like, I still feel them because basically that was my commitment to her.
Guys, let me tell you something he also did. That was when I knew, like, I was suspicious, right? But that's when I knew for sure. So, like, we have songs we really like together, and that's something we have in common. The first ever time we met, Precious played this playlist for me that introduced me for the first time to what's his name? No, the black guy.
Wale for Matrimony.
No. Ooh. The first ever guy. Khalid, okay. Yes. It was coming to me. Yeah, so the playlist he played was the first time I got introduced to Khalid, right? And from that moment we started sharing our love for romantic music, love songs and stuff. And I also told him how much I really liked the song by Wale and Matrimony. And I told him how, if we ever get engaged and want to announce our engagement, like that's the song I would like to use, and all of that, because it just fits perfectly, like it tells our story. And then the next thing, while we were walking, when he was like, oh yeah, let's go to the taxi, because that's what he told me, we're going down for a taxi. And then he got a call to say, oh, there's a buggy to take us to the taxi. And then he was like, oh, let's go to the taxi. The next thing I heard was, it's a question of my heart. I was like, what's happening? Oh my god. I was dying, guys. So yeah, the proposal was so perfect. But I also wanted to plan like a proposal for Precious. But I was like, since the videographer and photographers are here, I feel like now would also be a good moment. So we would have it on record already, because obviously I know he had already made arrangements with them. So I decided to also pop the question to Precious. I got him a ring and a wristwatch as well. Yeah. Because I know that people say, oh, traditionally you should get your partner a watch after they propose to you. But because of how excited he was when we were ring shopping, when he tested the wedding bands, I knew that, oh my god, he would really like this too. He had never worn a ring until now. So I decided to get him one as well. So I also popped the question, because why not? He might ask me to marry him, but what if he doesn't want to marry me? So I needed to know too. I'm joking. But yeah, I decided to like also pop the question, gave him his own gift, spend the entire night with private chef. We had the 5-course meal, which was delicious. And then we came back to the room, they put our flowers, decorated our room, we spent the entire night calling family, and yeah, that is how we got engaged. And now we're engaged, guys. Look at Precious did so well. Look at my ring, and he designed this himself. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that is it. We'll see you in our next video, I guess. But yeah, that's it. We'll have to now start wedding planning and all of that. But yeah, that is the vibe. We're engaged.